To further enhance our national security, my administration will be reclaiming the Panama Canal, and we've already started doing it.
What you just heard was no regular campaign soundbite. That's Donald Trump proclaiming a bold new step, reclaiming the Panama Canal from China. But what does that really mean? And why is it sending shockwaves from Washington to Beijing? Let me take you inside the real story behind Trump's applause line. A Hong Kong billionaire, a $23 billion mega deal, China's strategic choke points, and why the entire world should be paying attention. 2 weeks ago, news broke that BlackRock, the American financial giant, was set to purchase two of the most critical ports at the Panama Canal from C.K. Hutchison Holdings, a Hong Kong-based company founded by 96-year-old tycoon Li Ka-shing. The deal, massive, $23 billion. What's at stake? Two ports on opposite sides of the Panama Canal, Balboa on the Pacific side and Cristobal on the Atlantic. Together, they handle 70% of US trade and nearly 6% of global shipping. And that's not all. The deal included Hutchison's global port network, 43 ports across 23 countries, from Europe to Africa, excluding only mainland China and Hong Kong. Sounds like a win for America, right? Not quite. Within days, outrage erupted in China. A historic newspaper called the deal spineless, accusing Li Ka-shing of betraying the Chinese people. Chinese regulators stepped in and stalled the sale, citing a need for antitrust review. Behind the scenes, Beijing was furious. Why? Because this wasn't just any port deal. These ports were key nodes along China's Belt and Road Initiative, a $1 trillion global infrastructure plan aimed at projecting Chinese power and securing trade routes. The Panama Canal was supposed to be one of China's aces in the geopolitical poker game. Now, it's in American hands. Let's talk briefly about the man behind the ports. Li Ka-shing, once China's richest man, began his empire selling plastic flowers. Over decades, he built C.K. Hutchison into a global conglomerate spanning telecoms, retail, and ports. But he never got along with Xi Jinping. Years ago, he moved billions of dollars from China to Canada, sensing Beijing's tightening grip. Now, that decision is coming full circle, and China doesn't like it. Bloomberg reports Beijing has told state firms to avoid doing new business with Li's empire. The message is clear: play for Team China or get out of the game. Meanwhile, Trump is doubling down. He's not just taking back ports, he wants to impose $1.5 million fees on Chinese-flagged ships entering US ports. And he's calling for a renaissance in American shipbuilding. It's ambitious, maybe even idealistic. But here's the catch. The US currently builds just 0.1% of the world's ships. China, 74%. Reviving US shipyards could take decades. In the short term, higher costs for importers means one thing: higher prices for American consumers. China's rejection of the BlackRock deal could be about more than pride. Ports in Karachi, the Red Sea, and the Suez Canal are part of the same sale. Allowing BlackRock control over them gives the US unprecedented leverage over China's outbound trade. Now, Beijing is considering whether to block the whole thing or allow just the Panama Canal portion to go through. A face-saving move that lets Trump declare victory while protecting China's wider interests. But China isn't alone. Any country with a port in the deal can legally block the sale. That gives Beijing options, and this chess game is far from over. Trump's policies echo a world moving towards fragmentation. What used to be seamless global trade is now a battleground of tariffs, security concerns, and industrial policy. Trump's America First doctrine, revived stronger than ever, aims to break dependencies on China, no matter the cost. And China? It sees every sale, every regulation, and every speech as an act of encirclement. Global supply chains are beginning to split, and the Panama Canal, once a symbol of US engineering greatness, is now a front line in this modern economic Cold War. So here's the question. Will Trump's aggressive port strategy and tariffs reshape America's industrial future? Or will it deepen the rift with China and fragment the world economy further? And what happens when control over the oceans becomes the new oil? Drop your thoughts in the comments.